Hey guys, so for today's video, I'm actually doing a friend's makeup. She has a wedding to go to this weekend and it's in Canada, so I obviously can't go and do her makeup, but I told her that I would just film the whole process and that way she can just look at the video and kind of know what she has to do. So let's begin. I first started out by using the MAC Paint Pot in the color Painterly, and then I went ahead and started doing her brows. I used the ANASTASIA DIPBROW pomade. She has really dark eyebrows and they're very full. I think she was actually growing them out and she's gonna have them waxed on Friday because she wants them to be on nice and fresh for the wedding. But because they were growing out, I wanted to go ahead and cover up the brow hairs, so I used the MAC Pro Longwear concealer in the color NC25, and then I just made sure that I really blended that out well. To set in place the MAC paint pot that I used earlier, I went ahead and applied the NYX HD finishing powder to her lids, and now I'm finally using some eyeshadows. I'm using two palettes for today. I used the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette, and then I also used the Lorac Pro palette. So I first started out by using the light peachy shade from the Kat Von D palette, and I just applied that to her crease area, and I used it as the transition shade. After I did that, I went ahead and grabbed one of the dark brown eyeshadows in the Kat Von D palette, and I started applying it to the outer V of her eye. Make sure that you really blend this part out well because it is a dark eyeshadow. So now for her lids, I went ahead and used the Lorac Pro palette, and I used the eyeshadow that is called Champagne. For her brow bone, I went ahead and used the MAC eyeshadow called Rice Paper, and then I also went ahead and just applied it to her lids over the Champagne eyeshadow. So to create her liner, I first started out by using the Maybelline cream liner in Blackest Black, and then after I apply her falsies, I am going to go in with a liquid liner just to perfect that line. It was so funny applying her lashes. This was the first time ever that she had someone apply lashes, like false lashes, and guys, it was just so funny. We could not stop laughing. She was hilarious. She did not even want to open her eyes. I have some bloopers in the end of the video so that you guys can see how she was acting, but I was just cracking up. She's just way too funny. I had so much fun with her. We could not stop laughing this whole video. So after cracking up with her for like 5 minutes because of her lashes, I went back to her eyes and I used the NYC liquid liner just to really make that line nice and perfect so that it doesn't look bumpy or anything like that. And to blend in her real lashes with her falsies, I applied mascara, and I just used the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara, and then I went back to the Shade and Light Eye palette from Kat Von D, and I used the dark brown eyeshadow again, and I just applied it to her outer V. So now we can finally get started with her face. I started out by using a primer, and I feel like this one really helps fill in the pores, so I used the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I think that's what it's called. She has amazing skin, so honestly she didn't even need a primer, but I just went ahead and used a primer on her anyways. She didn't bring her own foundation, so I just used two of my foundations and I mixed them together to get the perfect shade for her. The two foundations that I used are the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation, and I mixed it in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and it kind of just gave her the perfect color for her skin tone. After doing that, I went ahead and started applying concealer, and I used the MAC Pro Longwear concealer in the color NC25, and I just used the Real Techniques sponge. You guys already know that I love to use that to blend out my concealer. And then to set the concealer in place, I always set the concealer in place because you do not want your concealer to crease. Trust me, you do not want that. So I just set it in place by using the NYX HD finishing powder. Oh my god, I'm falling behind. And then for her bottom lash line, I just applied the brown eyeshadow, and I just applied the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara to her bottom lashes. For bronzing her face, I went ahead and used the Lorac Pro Contour Palette, and I used the medium contour shade, and that kind of just bronzed up her face and made it look all nice and bronzy. She was looking really good. For blush, I went ahead and used the Bobbi Brown blush in the color Tawny, and this blush looked so good on her. So to go ahead and give her a little bit of a glow, I used the MILANI Tantastic Face and Body Baked Bronzer, and I pretty much just applied it to all the areas of her face where I had applied the matte bronzer. So on to highlight. You guys know I can never skip highlight. I used the Becca Opal highlight on her. And now we're going back to the eyes. I could not apply her nude liner. It was just impossible. She kept blinking and closing her eyes. So she just ended up doing it herself. But she just used the RIMMEL nude eyeliner. And then for her lips, we used a lip liner from RIMMEL. This one is called Wild Clover. And that is everything for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I'm so excited.
Oh my god. I'm so white.
It's the light, but once I transfer it to the computer, it doesn't look that white. Okay, wait, look at the camera really quick so I can just know my whole menu. You're so cute.
Oh, it might seem like starting there.
Such thick brows that I'm brushing through them, and I can like.
No, you feel it.
Like, yeah. I wish they could see your whole hair. Like, look at this hair.
That hair, though.
That hair, though.
Open. It feels so weird.
Open?
I can't. Wait, it's supposed to feel like...
Yeah, it's gonna feel weird for sure.
Oh my god, no, I can't.
Is this really your first time?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Monica, you're so open your eye.
I can't, it's weird.
Oh my god.
Fine.
Open them. Yeah. Oh my god. I want to tell you to do like pretty faces, but I know that you're so awkward that you'll be like.
Yes. I can't. I just probably can't.
Okay, well.
Like right now I feel super awkward.
Wait. I'm using that.